Roll camera. Action.
Anytime I grew up, the movies were a place where I could really kind of go to escape. And as I grew older, I was in different parts of, like I did economics and it just didn't fit. And I needed that something that I could really have a passion for, and it always was the movies, and I had the opportunity to come to film school down in Miami. My name is Nick Dudish. I am a gaffer and I work in the lighting department for Rumbum Studios. And then I also work as a social media consultant for a digital PR firm. Make sure that you can put all your time and effort into the school, because the more you put into, the more you get out of it. If you focus on your school, focus on the films you're doing, you're going to get a lot out of it. But if you have to work and go to school, you just have to be really good at time management, because once you have to take the production courses, things really start to pick up and you just have to be very organized.
My name is Mateo Benguechea, and for a living I try to make movies, go to school, and work at school. Yeah, again, that's something you really you should want, because it's not doing homework. You have to go to school and then you're still at home doing work. Like it doesn't stop. And if you're not like that with film, then you shouldn't get into it, because it's not one of those careers where you can end up at an office just typing on a keyboard or something. You're gonna have to do something. So if you really don't want to be dedicated to that, you have to find something else that you want.
My name is Frank Alexander. I work as a video editor, mostly corporate video promotions, stuff like that, doing like a little bit of After Effects and doing simple editing. Like, it's not really what you learn in film school at all. It's stupid stuff like, when someone's talking, you have to put this word. Like, let's say they say creativity, you have to make sure that word's there, because people won't hear it unless that word's there, So that's basically what I do right now. I think I've gotten a very good film education, but I think I'm lucky because things are changing so much that now everything's changing to digital, and the age of the film school generation is dying. We're one of the last people that are gonna learn film. Everybody else from here on is gonna learn digital. All the people that are coming into it, they're not gonna know all the things that we know. They're not gonna know how to light on film without being able to look on a monitor and for it to still come out good. They don't know that. They rely too much on digital technology, and the people just aren't gonna be as good, but it still helps for storytelling. The storytelling is gonna be good, and it's gonna look more HD, more vivid, more saturation in the colors, but just something about film, and that film is dying, and it's just,
My name is Rafal Hasovsky. I do filmmaking for a living, and it's also a hobby of mine, so it's something that takes all of my time up. Film education, strictly experience. I haven't had any formal education so far. Everything that I've learned has been by doing it. I think it benefits me, honestly, because I lose a little bit of the education as far as equipment-wise. I have to learn that on my own, whereas in a classroom setting, you benefit from learning that and someone teaching you the whole process of the equipment, but learning on your own kind of puts you in a position to kind of test yourself automatically and grow with yourself. So I think it's a love-hate situation at this point, because you miss out on a few things, but you benefit a lot from it by doing it yourself.
You got to be jealous of people like Mr. Crump. When they were coming up, he was probably the only one in the whole city that knew how to run a camera, run film, light film. There wasn't that many people that knew how to do things back then. And back then, if you knew how to edit, you can edit? Wow. Back then it was impressive. Now it's like you have to know how to edit. You have to know After Effects. You have to know how to film. You have to know how to do everything. When they hire you for a job, they want to hire one person to do everything. They want you to film, they want you to edit it, they want you to put special effects, put text, and then export it to the web. They don't want to have to pay two people. They want you to do everything. And if you can't do everything, they'll find someone else, and there's plenty of people out there.
I think it's good to go to a film school, but if you don't do something with it, if you just sit there and do your homework and just listen to your teacher, you're not really learning. because anybody can just sit in a room and hear, somebody tell you, oh, this is the way you use equipment, this is the way you should tell a story, you should do this, you should do that. But if you don't apply it yourself inside of school and outside of school, then you're not really learning. I think school's a step into knowing how to film.
Yeah.
I don't think we really need film school, but we do.
Okay, Luis Crump. What do I do for a living? I teach film, I shoot film, I paint, I do photography. That's about it. Well, I think, do pay attention to technology, understand the technology, be ready to work really, really hard, because now it's, the independent world, which I think it's where film is happening, the most interesting film. It's about you being, it used to be that, oh, I'm a script writer, oh, I'm a cameraman, I'm an editor. Now I think we have to be everything. We have to have all the talents combined. And yes, we can work with teams, and we're going to be working with teams, but they're going to be way smaller teams, and we really need to be able to shoot, edit, write, the whole thing. We should, and I think the most interesting films are people that, really know all about everything.
Internships. Internships is the best way for you to kind of get experience in the industry, and as an intern, you don't face the same expectations as someone who's actually working for it, so you still have the ability to learn and make mistakes like you're in school. But with internships, you can network, you can meet people in the industry, and you can really get whether you want to do this for a living or not.
In 10 years, I just hope to be in a position where I can inspire someone else in the film industry to do something creatively and just drive themselves to do it better. I think if I could be in a position where I could do that for someone, then I'll be satisfied.
I would hope to see myself working on feature films. I mean, I've always said that once you get out of film school, you shouldn't be doing shorts anymore. Once you get out of film school, you've accomplished what shorts were for, you should move on to feature films. That's why you went to film school, that's why we're all here, to make movies, not to make movies that people will see and that will touch people and that people will remember, that people will look on, because movies live on forever.
Hopefully on my own set, whether it be a $10 million set or a $10,000 set, just as long as I'm doing what I want, I think that's where I hope to see myself, and that's what I'm trying to get.
Filmmaking, when you get in the industry, it's hard at first because you need to find your place. When you're in school, you learn all these different things. You learn how to do everything. And at a point, it's good because you can get any type of job, but you really need to find the thing that you're really good at, keep working toward it, or else you're just going to kind of get lost in the shuffle.
To future filmmakers, I could say it is a lot of hard work, tremendously hard, and be ready to work and work and work, and nonstop. But at the same time, just keep in mind that the minute you stop enjoying that work, that's where you have to say, no, this is not my thing, or I should do something else. It's very hard work. It's tremendously, very intense, but it is so enjoyable. Every time I'm doing it, I'm just so happy that, and that's why we do crazy stuff like going to 10, 12, 14-hour days, and because we just love it. We don't want to go home and sleep because it's boring.
Ain't no love in this great big old town.